Hello and welcome to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and we are currently now in the top 10. I think we finished number 9 the other day, but I believe went to sleep, woke up, and somebody is overtaking me. So let's get back into single digits here in the top 10. I can feel it. We're getting really, really close here. Let's cash in on those gems here, and let's hop into another draft and see how this goes. Before this draft fires, I do want to say, if you wanted to support this channel in another way, I did launch my Patreon channel. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much. The link is in the description below. Okay. All right, it's time. It's time to get a case of the ransacked lab. That's not what we want. That is not what we want. Why did they make such an unplayable rare here? I know it's for constructed. Anyways, for us, it's really between the choice of two uncommons, notably. The best common in the pack here is Bite Down on Crime, but for us, there's only one of two choices, and that is Torch to Witness and Coerce to Kill. And both of them are basically 2-for-1 effects, right? With Coerce to Kill, you steal something, and then you get a 1/1 Death Touch creature that ideally trades with something else. So that's very, very good. And then there's Torch to Witness, which is going to be my pick, which is also a 2-for-1. It kills something and then it gives you a clue. And part of the main reason to take Torch to Witness over something like a Coerce to Kill is you can play this in a 2-color deck. Whereas oftentimes with Coerce to Kill, you play it as a splash, where with Torch, you can also play it as a splash, but you can also play it in just a straight up 2-color deck. And so for that reason, I do like Torch over Coerce to Kill. If I was all the colors, I think it's super, super close. But because of the flexibility of Torch and the fact that I don't have to, for example, because I don't really want to play a Dimir control deck. I don't really want to play straight up blue-black control. And for that reason, I don't want to just take Coerced thinking I'm going to be blue-black. Usually when I take the Coerced, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be base green and splash Coerced, something along those lines. So taking the Torch here, and now the best card by a very, very wide margin in this pack is Gleaming Geardrake. It's also red to go with the Torch to Witness. So that's a phenomenal 1-2 punch to start with. I mean, this is a really weak pack. Slice from the Shadows and maybe Vengeful Creeper are the next two cards in line here as potentially playable cards, but they pale in comparison to Gleaming Geardrake, which is one of the strongest twos. So let's go ahead and take that. So hopefully that means that we're going to see more blue and red cards here. Given that somebody passed a Gleaming Geardrake, we will see what happens. And then moving on to this pack, I think I'm just going to take Projector Inspector. I like it more in Blue-White Detectives, but it's still just a fine 3-mana creature, just to kind of try to cut off blue and red. There's also Red Herring, which is good if you're looking to play a more tempo-oriented blue-red deck, but we're not sure if that's where we're going to be. So I think the Projector Inspector is a safer pick just because I know that it's going to be a fine card in any blue deck that we draft. I'm not a big fan of the Crime Novelist. That's probably another card that you'd be looking at. Just because it just takes a lot. You need to get like 2 sacrifice triggers to really have it be worthwhile, I feel. All right, moving on here. This is another maybe Projector Inspector. There's also an Escape Tunnel, which I think is the other consideration. Offender Large is also okay, but I think I prefer the Projector Inspector here if I wanted to take one of the 2 cards. This is kind of interesting, though. Do I want to take Projector Inspector number 2, or do I just take Escape Tunnel and give myself the ability to potentially splash? Huh. You know, I'm going to just take the Escape Tunnel here. I'm going to take the Escape Tunnel. I want to dream big. I want to dream big and see where we can go here with what we have so far. And now we have a Granite Witness, which I believe is the pick. I really dislike Public Thoroughfare in general. I think it's much worse than Escape Tunnel, unless I guess you're 4 or 5 colors. Whereas Granite Witness is just a nice card to play, even in these types of decks. I'm just going to play it face down as a morph, and then later on you can just use it to race them, and it's an artifact as well. So let's go ahead and take the Granite Witness here. And wow, what a pack. How do you go from all those really weak packs to something like this? That's a late Greenbelt Radical. Although noting that I didn't see a whole lot of green besides that, so I just don't think that's where we want to be. So here it's between Gadget Technician and Dogwalker. And I think normally you would want to take Dogwalker in any red deck, for example. But I think given the fact that we're specifically blue-red, I believe Gadget Technician is better because on turn 4, you can just play this face up, and you're getting a lot of value if you do. So yeah, let's go with the Gadget Technician here and just kind of lock in blue-red here. And now I'm going to take Bubble Smuggler over Offender at Large. If I had enough 2-drops, I do think that the Offender at Large is a better card. There's also Rift Burst Hellion, but we only have 2 2s at the moment, so I don't mind taking the first Bubble Smuggler here just for curve considerations. Now we have the pick between Crime Stopper Sprite and Hedge Maze. Hedge Maze can be okay, but what green card am I looking to splash? I'm just going to take the Crime Stopper Sprite. I think this could just be a decent card in this deck. We already have a Projector Inspector, so I think this could end up being playable if we need. And now the Coerce to Kill tabled, and we took the Escape Tunnel. So now this is looking like there's a much better chance that we can splash this Coerce to Kill in our deck. Granted, we don't have a ton of red cards. I mean, we do have the Gear Drake, though, so I don't really want to miss out on it. Here, I'm going to take a Benthic Criminologist. This card is actually not that bad in blue-red. I only really like it in blue-red, but if you do end up with a Detective Satchel or something along those lines, this is just a nice way to just keep drawing cards, because the way that this interaction works with Detective Satchel, this in case we're blue-black, the way that this works with Detective Satchel is even if you sack the 1/1 Thopter, you draw a card, and then you can still use the Detective Satchel to draw the card, right? You can still not draw the card to make a Thopter. So that's why I like it here. Is this Volt Strider any good? I don't even know what it does. Crew 2, 4/4. When it attacks, I might exile an instant or sorcery from among them. You know, look, I haven't played with this card much. What am I missing out on? Like Person of Interest, maybe? There's also an Out Cold and an Unauthorized Exit, but everybody wants me to take this card, and I want to try it for science. We don't have any great spells yet, but we will prioritize spells higher because we have this card. Like, I mean, granted, we didn't really see any Galvanizes, but Galvanize, Shock, cards of that nature is what we're going to be looking for to go with this Volt Strider. Yeah, let's try it out. Now I'm going to take a Shock. Pretty easy Shock here. Would like to table this Deduce, I guess, possibly. It doesn't say cast without paying its mana cost. So I believe you are literally casting the card. And if you're literally casting the card, then I think it works with Torch the Witness. So that's cool. Here, I'm just going to take another 2-drop here. Orangutan can be good at times. There's a Rift Burst Hellion. But like I said before, Bubble Smuggler is just great because it allows you to have guarantee having a play on turn 2 while still being a mana sink in the late game. I would like to pick up one more Escape Tunnel here just to be able to cast the Coerce to Kill. But of course, there's other lands that let us splash Coerce to Kill. There's, of course, Scene of the Crime and the Public Thoroughfare that I've said before that I'm not the biggest fan of. Here, I'm going to take a Dog Walker, I believe, over Offender at Large and eliminate the Impossible. I just still like the ability to go wide if possible, so I do think Dogwalker is the pick over the over the Offender at Large. Although, interestingly enough, on 17 lands, the Offender at Large actually has a higher win rate than the Dogwalker in blue-red among top players. Here, we're going to slam Exit Specialist. Can play it on turn 2 if you really need to, but of course, we really want to play it face down to be able to bounce things. And yeah, loving this copy of Out Cold here. Public Thoroughfare is also interesting because of this Coerce to Kill, but I actually think Out Cold, just the first copy, we're only on 3 spells right now. I do think the first copy of Out Cold is very nice, especially with this Volt Strider. So I'm going to take the Out Cold here. And now we have, I don't really like Dramatic Accusation. I think we have enough things to play on turn 3. I'm going to take this Gravestone Strider. This does give us another 2-drop and something to fix for the Coerce to Kill. So it's perfect. I don't mind playing one copy. Ooh, and that's a second Coerce to Kill. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I would be interested in, I guess, another piece of fixing to get to be able to play the second Coerce to Kill. Because now with double Coerce to Kill, we are definitely interested. We are definitely interested in splashing these two. I do love me Unauthorized Exit. I really like playing one copy of this in most of my blue decks. Nothing really interesting here. I'll take the Magnifying Glass, but not going to play it. And we're pretty good on playables here right now. We're looking at 18 cards already. And I like all my spells, and I really want to play this Volt Strider. So things are looking good. I mean, this might not be a Benthic Criminologist deck just because we don't have the Satchel. And it could also be a deck where we don't play the Crime Stopper Sprite, I guess. So I'll put that off to the side as well. This is, ooh, okay. So this is interesting. As much as I want to take Gadget Technician, and no, I don't think Judith is the pick. I don't think this card is particularly good. Given that we already have double Coerce to Kill, and we're already very high on the number of playables that we want to play in our deck, even if I put these two to the side, that still gives me 17 cards, so I really technically only need to pick up 6 cards, and I'm reasonably happy playing most of these cards in my deck. I'm going to take this Escape Tunnel here, because I just think right now it's more about making our deck consistent. Gadget Technician is premium. It's very, very good. But you know what's also premium? Being able to play your Coerce to Kill on turn 5. And now we have a much better ability to do that with the second copy of Escape Tunnel. Now we play 1 Swamp and a Gravestone Strider, and bam, that's 4 black sources to splash the double Coerce to Kill. Drag the Canal is a very good card, but I do not think it's worth the splash. It costs 2 mana. This is something that I'd be interested in playing if I was straight blue-black, but as is, not something I want. I'm probably just going to take this Person of Interest. If we end up looking to be a little more aggressive, I mean, this is not the worst 4 mana card to kind of play in your deck. So we'll take that here. And now we have Forensic Gadgeteer, which I actually think is bad. I don't really like playing Forensic Gadgeteer. It triggers only when you cast artifact spells. I know it makes it cheaper to sack clues, but I don't think that's even that great. We have a total of 2 artifacts that we can actually hardcast. So I do think Forensic Gadgeteer is mostly a trap and something that you generally don't want to play in your deck. So now it's between the Sanitation Automaton and Eliminate the Impossible. I'm actually going to take the Automaton to have another 2-drop here. I've been less impressed with the Eliminate the Impossible. I've played it a good number of times, but it just hasn't been as good as I'd like. Now I'm going to take Case of the Filch Falcon, and I'm now happy I took the Automaton because that's another artifact creature that I can play early to potentially splash, potentially flip Case of the Filch Falcon. The 1-2 punch here really is Case of the Filch Falcon into turn 2 Gleaming Geardrake. Kylox's Volt Strider is also an artifact. We don't have a ton, but I think it's not a big cost to play Case of the Filch Falcon, and this does feel like the type of deck that wants to play that card. Now do we play the second copy of Gravestone Strider? We have Case of the Filch Falcon. We want extra fixing for the Coerce to Kill. Yeah? I guess I'll take it over the Sanitation Automaton. I'm not missing out on too much here. There's a reasonable doubt, I guess, but now our mana is absolutely rock solid to be able to play the Coerce to Kill. We don't even need to play the Public Thoroughfare anymore. We have 5 black sources, and that is plenty. And now I'm going to take Lost in the Maze. I do think this card is pretty solid, so I'm happy enough taking that for our deck. And then now I'm going to take Granite Witness, as it's another artifact creature to go into our deck. So happy enough with that. And, ooh, Cold Case Cracker, 8th pick. Man, we are getting... Now we're good on 2, so I don't need to take the Bubble Smuggler. I'll take the Cold Case Cracker. I guess there's a Bubble Smuggler here, and we are... Playables flooded here. We are flooded with playables. And I'm actually going to have to make some pretty difficult cuts. It's been a while. But it's a good problem to have, let's just say. I mean, I guess with this current configuration, I only need to cut 1 card, right? It's probably just a Bubble Smuggler. Oh, Reasonable Doubt's also okay. Let's remove the plains. We definitely just play 1 Swamp. Definitely a 17 lander here at the minimum. 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. Something like this. Yeah. That looks about right. 8 blue sources and then 2 escape tunnels, 6 mountains. Okay. Now we got to cut. Cut the Curious Cadaver. I don't think this is a Criminologist deck. Torch the Witness can go like here. We can maybe cut that, maybe cut Eliminate the Impossible. And 1, 2, 3, Dramatic Accusation can go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kylox's Volt Strider is almost a creature. This seems pretty reasonable. So we have 4 removal spells, 2 kind of out coldy effects, 1 bounce spell. Case of the Filch Falcon can eventually be a creature. And I do, if possible, I want to be able to try to put myself in a position to flip this. So where are we at now? I think I can cut Crime Stopper Sprite. I'll keep the Projector Inspector. I do have some detectives, so it does help me loot just a little bit. I am sorry. I think I need to cut this card. As sad as it is, we only have... The problem is most of our spells are just enchantments. We have Case of the Filch Falcon, Lost in the Maze, Double Coerce to kill. If this was just like a sorcery, that would be one thing. Oh, how good would that be if this was a sorcery? But the fact that we have only Shock, Unauthorized Exit, Torch to Witness, and Out Cold means I don't think this is going to be consistently great enough for it to warrant a slot in our deck. If I had a few more Galvanizes, if I had some opportunities at that, I would definitely have played it. I know we have an Eliminate the Impossible, but that's not what you want to do. What you really want to do is have a deck full of Out Colds and Galvanizes and Shocks, and you Torch the Witnesses to really fully utilize this. But sadly, I don't think it's going to be good enough here, or consistently good enough. And for the last cut, I think we can probably shave one Bubble Smuggler. This still gives us 6 2s, and Exit Specialist can be number 7, and then we also have a Shock. I want to keep some of my artifact synergies if possible. Not that I have anything crazy to do with the artifacts, but, you know, I have the Case of the Filch Falcon. Let's try this. Let's try this. This is still pretty good, I think. It's got a decent curve. We've got Out Cold and Lost in the Maze to kind of close things out. We have some interaction, a few synergies. I think this deck's fine. Nothing amazing. Probably a 4 or 5 win deck. Okay. Game 1. I was also looking at a configuration where I'm just not splashing the Coerce to kills, but I don't think that that's correct. The main argument behind that is just, hey, what if I just play a more proactive blue-red, kind of more of a proactive blue-red deck? And instead I can play more like Bubble Smugglers and Eliminate the Impossible, stuff like that, over playing cards like the Gravestone Strider. Oh, no blocks. Okay. Gadget Technician. Love Gadget Technician. Just to play it face up next turn, potentially. I mean, this is probably going to be a face down card. No blocks. That's great. I really didn't want them to block the Granite Witness. Really good hand for us. I mean, you know, the little things about this, though, is like, the nice thing about Gravestone Strider, even cards like the Granite Witness, you can just randomly face up. That can happen. That can be relevant. Face down card. All right, so now our opponent not interested in attacking us. That does make sense. Huh. Yeah, let's face this up. Let's tap down the tracker so that any of the other cards that block will trade, which I think I'm okay with. Oh, it looks like it's Get a Leg Up. All right. Yeah, that's going to get us. Yep, Get a Leg Up's going to kill Granite Witness. Not too much to be done there. And then we will play a Gravestone Strider. Yeah, I mean, that's why this card is so good. It lets you get the tempo back, which they were able to do successfully there. But I don't think there's anything that we could have done, really. 5 mana, Culvert Ambusher, eating Gravestone Strider. Okay, sure. Got me. Let's go ahead and just play Offender at Large. Target our Thopter, attack with both. You got a block now. There you go. So opponent's down to 8. We have Torch the Witness here for the Culvert Ambusher. Now, they could have like a Bite spell to kill Offender, which would be very annoying. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Is this going to be one of those games where I just predict everything that my opponents are going to do for my detriment? Feels that way. Let's attack. Now what do I want to do? They're representing a combat trick here, so torching this for 4 would still kill it, right? If I torch this for 4, that's 8 damage, and if they have Fanatical Strength, it still dies. Yeah, let's just do that. There's no difference between doing it for 4 and 3. If I do it for 3, I might not get a clue, and I can't crack the clue anyways. Okay, what do you have? Okay, and then we'll face down the Dog Walker. Play the Escape Tunnel, go get a Swamp. Things are looking pretty decent here for us. All right, make you pay. All right, I'll flip it up. Wow, they really did. I thought they would want to kill the Thopter. They chose to be a little bit more patient there. Crack this, go get a Swamp. We have Lost in the Maze as well, which is going to be quite good. As a way to counter removal as well, if needed. Let's go ahead and play our land. I know we have Projector Inspector, but I think I still want to do it this way. I don't want to save my Thopter with Lost in the Maze, but let's go ahead and crack our clue here, just because I don't know what we could draw here. Cold Case Cracker, that's what we can draw. So their hand might just be all removal, but we're okay with that. Cold Case Cracker. We have Lethal on board. They're at 4. They likely have a way to kill the Cracker. Oh, never mind. They gave us the good game. And we are up. We beat a rank 95 player, so that puts us back into the single digits. Rank number 9. Let's do it. Let us do it. One and 0. Let's keep it going. We're on the play, which is great. We got that turn 2 Gravestone Strider to help set us up for the double Coerce to Kill to splash. It's a real question, though. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should be splashing and playing the Gravestone Strider? How big of a cost is that? Because outside of the Gravestone Striders, I actually think that my deck can be fairly proactive, fairly aggressive. And, you know, obviously this is a 2-mana 1/3, so it's not the most aggressively statted creature. It'd be way better if it was just a bear. I think double Coerce to Kill is powerful enough that it warrants trying to make small adjustments to your deck to fit it in. Because I think you have to kind of compare it to like Gravestone Strider plus Coerce to Kill versus Bubble Smuggler and eliminate the impossible. I think I'd rather have Gravestone Strider plus Coerce to Kill there. Or Gravestone Strider plus Coerce to Kill versus Crime Stopper Sprite and Bubble Smuggler, I guess, might be a better comparison. And the thing with Bubble Smuggler, it's not like Bubble Smuggler is always a 6/5, right? You have the out of it being a 6/5 in the late game, but that does require you to spend 9 mana to be able to get value that way. Next turn, do we face down the Dog Walker? I think so. There's like nothing really worth looting. Do I attack with Dog Walker and trade with the Gravestone Strider and make a 1/1 or no? I mean, I could have like kind of bluff attack and see what they do. I don't know if this is actually good. Because I kind of want to face up the Gadget Technician here. Oh, they took it. That's great. That's why you always be attacking. ABA. Is that a saying? If it's not, it should be. Always be attacking. Can always somehow sneak in some points of damage. The thing is, like, worst case scenario, like, what, I trade with the Projector Inspector? It's not even that bad, right? So... always be attacking. Looks like our opponent's also playing some kind of a Grixis deck. With 2 swamps, maybe the red is on the splash? I'm not sure. Okay, then we can... ooh, we got an Exit Specialist. That's really nice. Let's loot. Ooh, we also got an Exit Specialist. That's also really nice. Don't play the sweeper! I feel like I always have to say that. And they just passed. Interesting. I think I'm just going to keep up Out Cold and Lost in the Maze here. And just play around sweepers. Like, they have 4 cards in hand and passed. You know what I mean? Oh. Okay. Well, we'll keep you locked down for a bit. How about that? Yeah. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Yep. Incinerator not gonna get it done. We have lots of tricks. Lots of tricks. Bobbin and weaving. We had the bounce spell. We had the Lost in the Maze. We had the Exit Specialist. We had it all. All right. We are now in the top 8. Top 8. Getting it done. Getting it done. Drawing those Gravestone Striders turn 2. Not drawing those Course to Kills yet, but I'm sure we will at some point. We have 2 of each. Alrighty. We are on the play, and we are keeping this hand. It's got a hodgepodge of various commons, but it's got a curve, so I'm in for it. And given that I have all my mana... ooh, they have Mountain, though. They could have Shock. Yeah, I still want to play the Automaton here, I think. Ooh, I want to keep that. Keep the Torch. Oh, now they have Galvanized mana. Let's attack. And let's play a face-down card. No, this is great. Automaton face-down card into Person of Interest with Torch to Witness backup. Here comes a face-down card. And there's our Coerce to Kill. Happy enough trading our face-down card for their face-down card. And then just jamming a Person of Interest here. This card's just so good. So good. 4 mana, 4/4 in red? Seems kind of unfair, right? Why does red get 4 power and 4 toughness worth of stats for 4 mana? Well, sure hope they don't play a sweeper. That's always the... whoa, I've never seen this version of Gleaming Geardrake before. And Curious Inquiry. Ooh, that is just... you know, that's just... you know, I really... that card is really cute. I really like it. Why don't you give it to me? Thank you. They're probably going to scoop from this. Oh, it's even bigger. Even better. Yeah, I'll take that. Yep. That was a beating. Just 2, 3, 4, steal your Geardrake, GG. Okay. This is starting out very smooth. 3 quick wins. 3 quick wins. 4 more quick wins. Quickest trophy ever, please. I'm going to keep this. It's a little bit dicey, but hopefully the double Projector Inspector. We just need to draw 1 land. If we draw, and we can also play Gravestone Strider and Shock. So if we can just draw, okay, that's good. I was going to say, if we can just draw the one land, we can then play the Projector Inspector and help us kind of get out of a somewhat sticky situation here. Oh, this is the counter spell. Oh well. What are your thoughts on Reasonable Doubt? I don't play it all the time. There are times where it's awesome, but then there's also times in the late game where it does stone nothing. It does have a reasonable win rate. It does. If it's a land on top, I don't think I want it. I don't know that I want that either. Basically, what I'm looking for is just another high-impact creature. And I don't know that bouncing something when my opponent's at 18 life is the play that I'm looking to do. Okay. Gleaming Geardrake is a good one. All right. Let's get in with the Automaton. Don't know if they're going to block here. I am representing the chases on. And I don't know if they want to lose their Reckless Detective here. But my Automaton was never blocking anyways. So my opponent could also... There's like different levels too, right? My opponent could also think this is a fairly free attack for me. So why not attack? So they're just weighing whether or not they should block with their Reckless Detective. Their deck looks very good. Reckless Detective and Gleaming Geardrake. Two of my favorite 2-drops. Although, to be fair, I'm just a fan of any good 2-drop. Looks like they're committed to blocking here. All right. Good block. They saved the 2 points of damage. They saved the 2 points of damage. We also used the shock too, so that's another reason. But one other thing, by the way, is when you do play your matches and you're not exactly sure what type of player you're up against, decisions like that should help aid you in future decisions, right? Where it's like, okay, so there are people, for example, that never block, and there are people that always block, right? And when you see a certain pattern of behavior, use that for future games. Because if you're going to play at your local FNM, right? If you play at your local FNM, I mean, there's just going to be instances where, like you run into that, and you're playing best of 3, not best of 1. What is this? Okay. I mean, I'm double blocking Red Herring. They're probably going to sack it, but that's... Oh, I can only block with 1 creature. Oh, what am I doing? I should have attacked with the Gravestone Strider. I'm a doofus. I am a doofus. I just did not... I forgot my creature had menace. So that's... And when you see your opponents not attack with their menace creatures that can't block, put that in your memory bank too and be like, wow, this person's bad, right? So just like, I'm just giving you all tips here. Be like, wow, that person is just bad. I'm definitely stealing something. I'm just debating whether or not I want to steal Reckless Detective, which I think could be pretty useful, or is it the Gleaming Geardrake? Huh. You know, I kind of want to steal the Detective first and then the Geardrake after. The reason being is I think the Geardrake is going to grow next turn because they have the Red Herring that I can block with the Sanitation Automaton. And I'm kind of interested in sacrificing my Gravestone Striders and growing them. Now, they can have another counter here. And I mean, if they do, they do. It's like, okay, you have 2 reasonable doubts in your deck. Good job. All right, they do. That's fine. Well, this is certainly a spot where if they have any removal spell, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. The counters were very backbreaking here. Yeah, okay. They got us with Torch to Witness. They're going to crack. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be too much for us to handle now. Because we take 8, and then we take 5 next turn. Oh, please have the 3rd one. That would make my day. I mean, I'm probably just dead here. Wow, man, I missed 1 point of damage. I think outside of that, I don't think there's anything we could have done. I mean, they have some goodies for sure. Chase is on. We'll get it done here. But Reasonable Doubt against Gravestone Strider is, oh my gosh. They have double Reckless Detective and Gleaming Gear Drake. They've got some filler here, but man, they've got a lot of goodies as well. I'm going to play both of my creatures here because I'm at 3 life. But if they have an out cold, I believe I'm dead. Unauthorized exit, maybe? Yeah, they have an out cold. Yeah, we're dead. Nope. They had a nice blue-red tempo deck, and we got Reasonable Doubted. Oh, we stayed in rank 8. That's nice. Man, the one game where we cast our coerce, double coerce... actually, we won the game before. But we cast double coerce to kill, just not good enough? Crazy. Crazy. Okay, 3-1. I mean, we need to find one more artifact here. We have the Gravestone Strider. If we can find one more artifact and flip this, that would be super nice. Would like to do that soon. Or a relevant turn 3 play. Okay, that's a relevant turn 2 play. Turn 4 play. If I don't have if I don't have something to do, the question is whether or not I sack this clue. Let's attack with the Gravestone Strider. Is this not on my watch? We'll just pass. I don't think I'm going to crack the clue. I just feel like with this cold case cracker that we have, it's not going to be too hard. Okay, well... You got to play a face down card. Come on. Let's be reasonable here. I'm going to play the cold case cracker here. Mostly because if this dies in some way in combat, I'll be able to flip the case. Like if they attack me here, I'm not sure how I'm going to block. Maybe double block? To play around Auspicious Arrival. Exit Specialist. Okay. I see. All right, well... You know, the nice thing about this is we get to go double Gravestone Strider next turn and flip our case. I do like that. I mean, it did feel like they might have Not on My Watch. So I guess they could cast that, which would be pretty annoying. This also plays around a counterspell a little better. Like, if they counter a Gravestone Strider, it's not the end of the world. That's fine. That opens the door for us to cast our Coerce to Kill, which is way more important. Although, against a deck that's playing blue mana, you kind of want to wait till the very end to cast something like a Coerce to Kill, because they typically have a lot of bounce effects. Unauthorized exit, hotshot investigators, exit specialists, cards of that nature. Oh no, they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna suspect my Gravestone Strider. Oh, reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt. I'm gonna have nightmares over this card. Oh, sure. That's not actually bad, right? It's kind of like a 1-for-1, if you think about it. Unauthorized exit on my clue. That's actually not bad. Land would be good. I also like that. Oh, I messed up! I could have untapped it. Actually, you know what? This is actually fine. Oh, yeah, I could have flipped this too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oh my gosh, that was really bad. Do I want to flip this case? No, I can flip it end of turn, next turn. So what I can do here is flip over my Granite Witness, untap my Cold Case Cracker, and block. And with 4 artifacts in play, it's going to be really hard for them to prevent me from flipping my case. Novice Inspector, good magic card. Griffknot Tracker. Do I steal that? Kinda. Kinda want to steal that. Just so I can attack for 3 and have another Death Touch Flyer. Doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I'll be yoinking that, thank you. Alright, so we have the Air Forces ready to go. Case of the Filch Falcon can animate the clue. That's the best target for Case, because even if they have a removal spell, we can crack the clue and draw a card. Okay, they just played Bother, which is quite good. The Tracker doesn't really want to attack into that. Yeah, that Bother is very good. The question is whether or not I want to use the Granite Witness here. They kept the card. I mean, the other option is to just trade this, just so I have... And I'm just going to pass, actually. I don't think playing the Projector Inspector does much here. And it feels like they might have some kind of a removal spell. And if they do, I want to make sure that I have the ability to crack this clue and not be down resources. I feel like this is going to be one of those grindy matchups where every card matters. And so, going to play it like such. That could be a Granite Witness, which would be kind of annoying. So I guess I can run out the Projector Inspector here first, because I can still crack the clue, and I can still and I have a card I want to loot away in the Sanitation Automaton. If it's a land, I'll pitch the land. I think I'm still attacking here. Do I attack with Granite Witness? No, I don't think so. Is this the Not On My Watch that we thought they had the whole game? It sure is. It sure is. Okay. So this game is going to go on for a lot longer now. Fuss Bother into Not On My Watch on the 4/4 was quite good. They don't have great attacks here because we have this Griffknot tracker. Oh, curious what they binding. Granite Witness, maybe? Granite Witness seems like a pretty good target here. They can attack me with the flyers, but like, I don't know. It's not even that. It's not even like for us. I mean, it's 11 to 18. They can attack me with 2 flyers. Yeah. We'll take it for now. Let's play Person of Interest. Get a loot. Oh, Lost in a Maze is fantastic. And then I want to play Dog Walker here face down. And don't have great attacks right now. I kind of want them to flip over this face down card so I can cast a Lost in a Maze next turn. We can cast it for 5, which is very nice. This Griffknot trap, I mean, just the death touch on it is so good. Like, the thing is, would be playable even if it just stole something and it was a 1/1. But giving it death touch makes it so obnoxious. Okay, so Griffknot tracker down. 3 in the air. No other great creatures from the ground, at least. Hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, do I just do it when the coast is clear? I can do this for 5. The question is, can I kill them with 2 attacks here? Can I kill them with 2 attacks? I can tap down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for it. Okay. They can't target my face down cards. Ooh, we got a Crocodile as well. We're at 13. They're at 3. Even if they play a creature, they die, right? If we draw a land, we can also flip over Offender at Large. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Yeah, I think we got it here. Wow. Quite the card. Ooh, I'll just play that. All right. Lost in the Maze. Getting it done. We had Out Cold as well, but that would not have been as good. But we are now sitting at 4-1 with a nice little blue-red. It's just a blue-red deck. Boring blue-red. Splashing mind controls. Okay, going first. Got a 2-drop. Got a 3-drop. We got the Gravestone Strider on 2. Granite Witness. You know, actually, I'm not sure. Is it Offender at Large turn 3? And then face up Granite Witness because we have the Gravestone Strider? Just uses our mana a little bit better. All right, you got me. I mean, no, they're going to play a face down card this turn. Oh, wow, nothing, huh? What are their, like, main colors? Oh, this is repulsive, isn't it? Yeah, it's repulsive. That card is just so savage. You know what I mean? Like, it's the classic turn 2 Leering Onlooker into turn 3 mutation Did not see that one coming. So it looks like they're a green-black deck. Splash... Green... Wait. Yeah, green-black deck splashing blue. Just going to be aggressive. Last time they snap blocked. All right, this is very good for us if they choose to do that. Yep, I am very happy with that exchange. I'm just going to say. Not having to worry about surveillance monitor and them getting value is pretty good. Granted, we don't have the biggest board right now, and they blew us out with Repulsive Mutation. But getting 2 creatures with Offender at Large, never a bad thing. Okay, so we need to put on pressure, though, because they just played Polygraph Orb. So they are doing some kind of salty, dirtily nonsense. And at least we have... I mean, our hand at least is decent at trying to put on pressure. Wow, they put Bloomkin into the graveyard, so their hand must be completely stacked. Let's play Sanitation Automaton and face down Granite Witness. Put the mountain into the graveyard. An attack. I'm going to keep the land in my hand in case they have Unscrupulous Agent. Because with the thing is, if they don't, I can still play my land next turn as land number 6. And I still have the mana to flip over Granite Witness / cast Out Cold. Oh my goodness. They are doing all the things. All right, there we go. They set it up. Polygraph Orb, Chalk Outline nonsense. Wait, isn't this sorcery speed? Oh, it's not. Wow. I mean, I'm gonna tap the 2/2 here with my Granite Witness. I'll lose 3 life because you're not pressuring me in any way. Whip Cracker. Okay. Let's tap those down. Alrighty. This is kind of interesting because they can make a 2/2 to trade with my Automaton. I don't think I want to steal anything this turn. So I think I'm going to just draw a card first. Okay. How many creatures do they have left? Okay. Yeah, I mean they're valuing us out for sure here. So we need to try to, like I said, close out this game as quickly as we can. We're going to get them down to 6. These creatures are still locked down. We have Projector Inspector available. I'm going to loot because I could still... I'm 90% of the cards I find here, I'm going to discard. But if I can find Lost in the Maze, I would love that card. Oh, Jesus. Wait, this is awful if they kill my Gravestone Strider. Did I need it to do one of each? I don't know. And then if they play a face down card, I want a Torch. Did I get greedy here? I might have. This might have been really greedy. Yeah, I think I wanted one of each. I just drew the pair, and my eyes just kind of started getting very excited. Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's a good card to steal. We can give something vigilance if we really want. This could be maybe a fight spell. They don't have anything to collect evidence anymore, but remember, they can still exile Leering Onlooker to still get another trigger from Chalk Outline. Okay. They have a bunch of clues. Let's go ahead and yoink that. And let's attack with everything. This gets in for 4 damage. They have to block the Projector Inspector or they die. I could have given this Vigilance, I guess. Is this Toxin Analysis? That just seems like such a weird... Okay. You got me. So I can, with the Gravestone Strider, I can actually give my Granite Witness double strike. They have a lot of clues here, though. Like I said, they are one great top deck away from coming back in this game, so we can't take anything for granted, especially if this is a Vengeful Creeper. We'll see what this is. Interesting. Very interesting. They just passed. They didn't crack a clue. I don't know what that card is. Like I said, I can give something double strike. The alternative is to also just steal the Whip Cracker. But I might want to steal whatever this face down card is. I can also attack with Tristani, but I don't think that's good. Oh, man. God. It's going to be so hard to get in for damage pretty soon. I mean, I just feel like I got to go for the double strike here. Not knowing what that face down card is, obviously. Then they're going to have a couple of extra 1/1 flyers here to block with, too. Let's play this face down. And I do, now that the Projector Inspector is gone, I'm pretty interested in playing out all my lands here. Just because I have the Tristani plus there's like a lot of things to do with my mana. I see. It was a Vengeful Creeper. Okay. Wait, that... Okay. I mean, we're not dead. I mean, they got a sweet deck here. So I can't block with Gravestone Strider. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I do need to block something. Hi. The problem with this Course to Kill with the Gravestone Strider is I can steal the Tristani, but I can't use the double strike ability. Because I can only use the Gravestone Strider ability once per turn. But let's put Dogwalker on the Vengeful Creeper and take the rest. We can take a total of 12 damage this turn if they want to do that. All right, they're cracking a clue. If we naturally draw Swamp, we kill them. If we naturally draw our Swamp, I don't know why they're doing this now, but okay. Oh, is that enough? Is that enough? Lost in the Maze. 1, 2. We can do this for 5. We're 1 short. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have one card. All right. What a draw. What a draw. So we want to tap down the Bats, the Tristani, the Vengeful Creeper, and the 2/2. And they have lots of draws here. So it's still not over by any means. They might start things off by cracking some clues. I don't really think they need to give anything vigilance. Like all my Granite Witness flies. All right, here we go. Do you have another mutation? Do you want to crack your clue in response? I mean, we are all in on Granite Witness, like, living, basically. So I don't need to full control anymore. Come on. Come on. This is an epic match. Whichever way this goes, it was an epic match. Our opponent had a very, very sweet Polygraph Orb Chalk Outline deck. And we didn't have an aggressive enough deck to prevent them from doing their thing, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock. Okay. Let's hope it's not like Fanatical Strength plus something. I'm hoping they just play like a Griffknot Tracker here. Like just a flying creature. Just play a flying creature. Face up. Don't play a fight spell. Okay. Oh no, okay. That was a clue. Come on. Come on, Granite Witness. Yes! Yes! Oh, that one felt good. That one felt good. Still in the top 8, but that was a really tight game. GG's opponent. That was a good one to win. That was a good one to win. All right, 5-1 with blue-red tempo, splashing mind controls. Okay. Oh, this is a good hand, but it's very awkward, and let me tell you why. I really want to play Gleaming Geardrake turn 2. And if I play Escape Tunnel turn 1, I really want to get Swamp. So for that reason, but I really want to curve out. This is a hand that's looking to curve out. So I do not think that I actually get Swamp. I think my plan to have the most aggressive start possible, because we still have other black fixing, is to use the Escape Tunnel, go ahead and get an island because Granite Witness costs double blue to use, and then go turn 2 Gleaming Geardrake into turn 3 face down card, into ideally draw land number 4 to play either Person of Interest or Cold Case Cracker. I think that's the sequencing that we want to go with. Even though Initial Instincts kind of wants you to play the Escape Tunnel and go ahead and get a Swamp. I just feel like, given the Gleaming Geardrake that we absolutely want to play on 2, this is the way that we should sequence. Alternatively, we can go Island Mountain Gleaming Geardrake or something, but I think this is going to turn out pretty well. Like I said, our hand is very good. Our hand is very, very nice. All right, is it an opposing Geardrake? They are also playing Islands and Mountains with nicer lands. Shout out John Avon. Sanitation Automaton, a little more power than what we have. We drew a bunch of islands in a row. With the Automaton in play, and given that they could have all kinds of tempo-ish type plays, I might just run out the Person of Interest here to have just multiple permanents in play. It puts more power and toughness onto the battlefield. Not interested in trading my Granite Witness for Sanitation Automaton. The real question is, am I willing to trade it with their face down card? I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay, so certainly not attacking with the Gleaming Gear Drake here, because that would have forced me to utilize my mana here. So let's go ahead and attack with the face down card. And like I said, I'm happy to trade with Crime Stopper Sprite here if they want. Now it's a little bit more interesting is because they have a flying creature. Because they have a flying creature, do I want to play the Cold Case Cracker? It's just kind of... And if they use a removal spell on the Cracker, it's not that bad, is it? You know, I just feel like more wrong things can happen if I play the Cold Case Cracker than the Person of Interest. And if they attack me with the Crime Stopper Sprite, I can hit them back as well. So it really isn't that bad. And like I said before, this just puts more power and toughness on the battlefield. So we'll go with this. All right, they have their own Gleaming Gear Drake. Now, are they a post-combat land sandbagger? They are not. They are not. Huh. What do we want to do? Feels like a turn where we want to go Cold Case Cracker. I mean, alternatively, I can just kill the Gear Drake. And I can kill the Gear Drake and flip up my Granite Witness and try to get in for a bunch. I can also just play Lost in the Maze for 3 and hit for 7. Yeah, let's just do that. Such a huge tempo play, especially with Granite Witness. And all of our creatures have hexproof right now. I suppose they can outcold us. I don't know if that was correct. It's just I just wanted to make a really good aggressive attack. And their follow-up this turn is not going to be great. And that's going to allow us to get in for a lot of damage. Right? Like, what if they play Cold Case Cracker? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. If they play something like a Cold Case Cracker, we can tap it and attack for potentially 9 here. Because we can crack this clue. It feels like they might have an outcold here to try to get some tempo back, which I'm also okay with. Yeah, this is definitely an outcold. With all the mana that I have, they probably want to target these two creatures. Let's crack the clue. Just to get in for maximum damage. Attack for 4. Then play Cold Case Cracker. And then we can save the Torch the Witness for next turn. Because we can go Torch, crack a clue, all that jazz. We can even use the Granite Witness to try to force some extra damage through. All of it, of course, depending on what they play on their turn. Now, these two creatures don't get to attack. Actually, I think once the stun wears off, I can flip this up and untap it. Which is good. But we'll see. We'll see kind of... Now they're kind of in a position where they can't really attack us. So they killed our Cold Case Cracker with a premium removal spell. And now I believe we're going to use our Torch the Witness to kill the The Gleaming Gear Drake here, most likely. Oh, how about that? Let's go ahead and torch the Gear Drake for 2. See what they do. If they save it with like a bounce spell, we can outcold these two and then they're basically dead. They have 2 mana available. Yeah, I mean, this is just a... I think it's a pretty clear outcold, attack for 4. Good luck type situation. Yeah. All right, using all of our tempo-y cards to our advantage. Out Cold and Lost in the Maze doing a lot. Still ranked number 8. All right, cracking the top 8. Looks like it's going to be pretty tough. I think we won 2 or 3 matches in a row, and we are still in the top 8. But we're 6-1. 6-1, having some very, very good draws with this blue-red deck. Okay, 6-1, playing for the trophy. Now, this hand is a keep, but not a happy keep. We have not that much power, but we have a 2-drop and a face-down card and a trick. And we are just going to rely on the strength of the rest of our deck to carry us here. But of course, if we hit a land pocket, that's not going to work. So turn 2 Gravestone Strider, turn 3 Bubble Smuggler. With unauthorized exit, drawing that mountain there, not ideal. Not ideal. I'm going to keep the Gravestone Strider back here to block the Innocent Bystander. And drew another land. So we now have 6 lands with 3 spells. Really, really, really need, Cold Case Cracker, Person of Interest, something along those lines. I feel like if we had a percentage meter, like a win chance percentage type thing, if we draw a land next turn, I bet our win percentage for this game goes down like 10% or something. Okay, well, that's an out cold, which isn't really what the doctor ordered here. I mean, I could still play it, I guess. Yep. Well, they don't really have an attack. Yeah, let's just use our mana here. This is mostly just, it cycles anyways, and let's target the face down card and the menace creature. The reason being is we have unauthorized exit for the token, which we may or may not use. Given that we drew the Cold Case Cracker, I won't use it. Now I'm going to attack with the face down card because they won't block here when I have 5 mana available. It would basically be suicide. This would be a pretty tough block for them. And that's just, look, when you have 5 mana up, it could be Crocodile, right? And if it's Crocodile, you just shouldn't block. So that's kind of why we went with the attack there. Worst case scenario, they block with the Bystander and it trades. But I like to call that a calculated aggression. Calculated aggression. Oh, Ha's the Vigilante. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll take that one. Interesting. So now I might want to keep the Cold Case Cracker back just as another blocker. Just because I feel like next turn, this can be a turn with fireworks, I'm just going to say. There's a lot of things that can blow us out here. So I don't even know if I can flip over the Bubble Smuggler, but I want to... Ooh, they binned Dogwalker. What on earth are you looking for? All right. on the job. If they had on the job, they would have attacked with this as well. So it could be like the chase is on or auspicious arrival. So let's just block, assuming that those are the possibilities. Can just like block here and do this. See what they do. If they flip this up, and it's a big creature, we can bounce it. Or just let it slide. My feeling, though, is they are likely going to find a way to save this Hazda Vigilante. Oh, that's all they're doing? Okay. I am going to be okay with this. They definitely... Oh, that's it. Okay. And another... we are so behind, though. All right. Well, we're just going to flip this up. Just because it uses up all the mana. And let's crack a clue. I think we're just getting Boros Tier. All right. Not going to have the bounce spell available here because I think I'm just going to tap something down. But we're at 11 life here. This is just... We are kind of at their mercy of their combat tricks right now. Getting an extra counter on the bystander is quite nice. Yeah. Yep. No, that's not where I want to block. Okay, well, let's block here. And 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 4. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, if they have on the job, I guess we die. I think I just have to block the face down creature. If this is crowd control warden, Rift Burst Hellion, like, we die all kinds of different ways. Gadget Technician. Okay. I guess not dead yet, but I mean... their hand must be so darn good if they bend Dogwalker. You know what I mean? Which is why I don't like our chances here. Like, I think we're just dead, but... Oh my gosh, you know what I have to do? Well, it depends on what... I mean, look, we die to anything, but if they attack with everything, and let's say they use Escape Tunnel on the face down card, we're gonna have to bounce Person of Interest, actually. It's kind of funny. But I think they can just attack and then flip this up, too. I mean, we're super duper dead. Okay, here you go. Bounce your person. That is not a winning play, folks. Bouncing your opponent's Person of Interest. All right, Gadget Technician. Good deck. Good Boros deck. We were bound to run into one, and we were not able to overcome all the tokens and all the shenanigans that they had going on. All right, 6-2. Playing for the trophy. 6-2 playing for the trophy. Can we get it done? Okay. We go first. We have this Escape Tunnel. I'm going to keep this. We've been getting a lot of 2-landers. Do I get a mountain or an island here? Or a swamp, rather. We have more mountains. Let's just get this... We have a Gravestone Strider. We have the Coerce to kill. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Good thing we got the Swamp. Okay. This Case of the Filch Falcon won't take too long to flip. Let's see if they block. Free damage, free damage. The reason why I did that is they're gonna play a. This is gonna fly next turn. And I'm gonna play the Granite Witness face down because we can face up the Technician next turn. Oh wow, Private Eye. Goodness gracious. I shouldn't have attacked with the Strider. Mistakes were made. I'm gonna actually choose to take it easy here. Let's just play a face-up Gadget Technician and just see what they do. My plan is to steal this Private Eye. And I do have a Detective here, which is nice. But, the only hope here is that they don't have a bounce spell for the Coerce to kill. But that's a great 2-drop into 3-drop for them. Why would you attack with Private Eye? This seems like it's Eliminate. This really feels like an Eliminate. So do I want to play into it now? And just lose my Technician? If it's an Auspicious Arrival, I don't think they attack like this. Because I can block with multiple creatures. So it really does feel like Eliminate. I mean, I'm just going to let them use their combat trick. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually better for us. Yoink. That doesn't do anything. Okay, what do I want to do? I can untap this. That doesn't do much, though. But flipping this up does... Flipping this up does turn this into a 4-3, and I can just get in for a lot. What's the alternative here, though? I can play Case of the Filched Falcon and then make a 4-4? It's also pretty desirable. Maybe that's better. Yeah, let's do that. Playing a 4-4 this turn seems pretty good. Griffknot Tracker. Okay. That doesn't matter too much. Then we can make a 4-4. Tap down the Griffknot Tracker. Oh my, what is happening? This is a concession, right? What was that? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and flip this up, tap this down, and attack. And I am not going to play into No Witnesses here. I don't believe. Well, let's see. I mean, wouldn't they have played No Witnesses on the previous turn? Right? I can play Sanitation Automaton still. I think I'd want the extra creature, actually. I'll keep the Coerce to kill. I can still crack this clue if they do have No Witnesses. And we'll still have Bubble Smuggler plus Coerce to kill. And this just means that there's a higher chance that we can win the game. All right. They have out cold here, maybe? Lost in the maze? Right. I don't see how this can go wrong. They can't counter this and out cold. If they out cold here, they still die and they take 4 damage. So it's a good thing we played the Sanitation Automaton. The worst case scenario here is Lost in the Maze for 3 into Lost in the Maze for 3 into No Witnesses. But that did not happen, and we got another trophy. Is that back-to-back trophies? We've cracked the top 8. The top 8 seems like it's a tough nut to crack because we've won a bunch of matches and we haven't been able to break through. But despite that, we ended up going 7-2. 7-2, and this was a really nice deck. I mean, it just played out very smoothly. And it's always if you have a good mana curve, right? If you have a good mana curve and you have some good tempo cards, you can win any game, right? This had the double splash here for the cores to kill, which was excellent. The Gravestone Striders were fine. They were 2-drops, right? You can always use 2-drops, but they gave us the black source for the cores to kill. And then the out cold and the Lost in the Maze. Just anytime you play decks like this, they always just overperform for me. It's almost crucial that you pick up one of those cards because they can swing the game like no other card can in this format. So yeah, out cold Lost in the Maze, great, of course. Case of the Filch Falcon just became a 4/4 a lot of the time. And then we had, of course, double Chorus, Torch, and Shock as removal effects. So really, really just solid blue-red deck, or I guess a Grixis deck here, and we were able to get the trophy. So now top 8. Top 8. Hopefully next time, top 6, top 5. It depends on how many wins I need to get at each level now to see kind of what we need to do to try to get close to rank 1. Maybe we're gonna end at rank 5, but this is great. This is the highest rank we've ever achieved so far in our road to rank 1. If you wanted to support this channel, just wanted to let you know that I did start my Patreon channel. The link is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. You'll have access to my special Discord channel, along with a private video that I make for the patrons specifically once a month. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. I'll catch you tomorrow.